My apologies for the cut in the video. Unfortunately, this new iPhone is a little bit weird to take videos. Let me just make sure it's still recording. Has too many buttons on it, and the tripod sometimes makes the video cut out. So in the last portion of the video, what I showed was all of these nails being really deeply embedded into this shingle. So what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna grab my claw here, and I'm gonna use this claw and my hammer to get up underneath of that nail and pop it out. So here I'm gonna start with this first nail. So this is my first nail on that wind damaged shingle. I'm actually going to reuse these nails since they're not rusty. Then my second nail. This is my second nail on that second tab. Now this is my third nail. This is probably the deepest one out of all of them. I'm not lifting the shingle any farther than what I would to nail it. And that is my third nail. 1, 2, 3, yep, third nail. This fourth one, I'm just gonna remove after the shingles taken out. So now I'm gonna go to that next row above. So just from me hammering down on this claw to get these nails out, I can see a lot of granules coming loose. I'll show you guys here in a second. So that's my fifth nail, because the fourth one we haven't taken out yet. So that's my sixth nail, and this is gonna be 7 and 8. So that's my 7th, and this is gonna be my 8th. Actually, there's 2 nails under this last section of tab right here. So I'll show you guys real quick. As you can already see, just from me lifting up to get these nails out, there is a ton of granules that have came loose on all of these shingles that I have already manipulated. This one as well. So you can see all my nails have been removed. This one, the nail was really high up. I'm going to replace the nail and put it down a little bit lower. This one's removed as well. You can see some granule loss there. And then this last one, there's 2 nails on this last tab. So this last tab, I have to remove both of these nails to be able to get this last bit of shingle out. Just wanted to be very transparent with you guys, so you don't think I'm excessively hammering on the roof. So here we go. I already removed one. There's unfortunately 3 nails under here. Who knows why? So I'm just gonna position my claw so I can hammer it up under there. So that's my first one. This is my second one right here. So I don't like using the flat bar up underneath of the shingle like some people do in these repair videos. They'll just come in and try to pop it up like this. I don't like doing that because I risk damaging the shingle in the process. It's a little bit cleaner and easier to use the claw instead of the flat bar. But those are all my nails here, and this is my wind damage shingle, as we can see. From there, I'm gonna grab my new one. Unfortunately, I'm not able to find this. It's almost like a white color shingle anymore at the supply centers that are around me within a 100-mile radius. I can't find anyone that carries this shingle, so gray will have to do for this attempt to repair. Oof, okay, I almost messed up there. I completely forgot to remove this, the fourth nail right here, the one that was passed through on the shingle. So I'm gonna go ahead. Just from that sound, I can tell that this house has plank decking from the sound of the nail coming off of the roof, or coming out of the roof. So here I'm going to take my new shingle and I am going to replace it in there. So much smoother this time. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab 4 nails from my first row. One, two, three, 4. I'm going to grab you guys as well so you can see exactly what has happened during this repair. As you can see, there is a ton of granule loss on this shingle above this new one and the one above that as well. Like a ton, I mean a absolute ton of granule loss. But that's besides the point. I just wanted to show you guys how high up I need to lift this shingle to be able to nail. So if I wanted to lift up the shingle right here, I still will not be able to nail. So I will need to lift the shingle up this high to be able to nail onto the correct area. Same thing with this one. This high. As you can see, I'm not being extra with how I'm lifting it up. I'm gonna have to lift up this high. Gonna have to lift up this high. If I only lift up this high, I won't be able to get the nail up underneath of it, nor will I be able to nail without compromising the shingle with my hammer. So now I'm going to set you guys back down. Here we go. I'm going to grab those 4 nails that I talked about. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I'm going to begin nailing the shingle back in. So I'm going to take my first nail here under tab number 1. I'm not being extra with how high I have to lift it. That's nail number 1. This is nail number 2. And since I am working my way up from the bottom to the top, I do have some play here in the shingle, so I don't have to lift up as hard or as high. I'll kind of lift them all up together in a sense. That's nail number 3, nail number 4 here on the end. Now I'm going to go to my next row above. So this one had 5 nails in it. So nail number 1, it's going to go right here. This was our extremely high nail, so I'm going to bring it down a little bit lower. I'm not just using one finger to pick it up, I'm using 2. I'm kind of picking up the shingle at the base of it, not just at the very end of it like some people like to do. So I'll use my whole hand up underneath of the shingle. I tapped it a little bit, but it didn't cause any damage. So that's my second nail. I'm going in for my third right here, my third and fourth. So here we go. This is my third nail and my fourth nail. Okay, so now everything's nailed back in. This shingle is not going anywhere. It is all completely back in how it should be. Now I just wanted to show you guys what has occurred during the repair before I mark these tabs off. As you can see from all the hammering and banging and vibrations, all of these granules have came loose, and it's only in the area where the shingles were manipulated. So now what I'll do is I have this smaller paintbrush, and we're gonna go over here to my test square. We can start to brush off any loose granules on this roof. I can be extremely aggressive on this section and you won't see anything come loose. I'll even bang on it. There is no granules coming loose, nothing. Then on the area that has been manipulated on this roof, we're gonna start here from the top on this first shingle at the top. Well, our last shingle, or shingle number 7, or tab number 7. And I'm just gonna start brushing very lightly. And I'm gonna go to my next one. Then I'm gonna go to the next one. This one has a lot coming loose. And then I'm gonna go to the next one below that. As you can see, my foot's slipping already. This roof is not too steep either. And just from that granule loss, it just became very slick. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mark all of these tabs. Unfortunately, this is a clear sign that this roof is not repairable. This right here does not pass. Since the shingle lost its granules, it's losing some of its integrity towards the UV lights. So what's going to end up happening is the actual tar or asphalt base underneath of this granule is going to start to crack, and eventually these shingles will completely fail and we will have more leaks on the roof. Not only just that, but this bottom glue strip where I just replaced this shingle, it's old and it's compromised. So from me doing this repair, the shingle will not be able to re-adhere back down to this roof, and it's just going to keep flopping around in the wind like this until someday it's just going to get blown off, since it is a 3-tab shingle. So here you can see the same thing. The glue strip is barely there. It's just the remnants of what was a glue strip. You can see on this one as well, the glue strip is very worn out. You can see the granules through the glue strip. So this would be a proper glue strip just like this, where you can still see a little bit of shine to it. Now all of this is not sticky at all. This will not be able to re-adhere back to it. And if you look at the bottom of this old shingle, what you can see is all of this mat transferring from the bottom section, and it has taken some of the glue strip with it. So now that we replaced the shingle, the glue strip is no longer there, or it is there, but half of it's there, and then the other half is on the other old shingle. And now if we go to this next row above, this one is completely compromised as well. It's way too old for it to re-adhere, so any repairs on this roof will end up causing more issues to it than just, you know, we're coming here, replacing the shingles and calling it a day. So this shingle will not be able to re-adhere. This one will re-adhere since this glue strip is brand new. As you can see, this will re-adhere within 1 to 2 days. It's going to be back completely stuck how it should. But this next row above will not re-adhere either. So this top row is compromised. This bottom row of this fresh shingle is compromised as well. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark these shingles with numbers. So we're going to number them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's hard to write on this because the granules are coming loose. 6, 7. So these are the 7 shingles that I manipulated during the repair. And from what you can see through the camera and what I can see as well with my eyes, this is a complete failure of a repair. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna write up top here above this pipe, I'm gonna write ATR equals fail. And then I'm gonna write 7 out of 7 because we manipulated 7 shingles and 7 out of the 7 failed. And then I'm gonna put 7 out of 7 with a G and an L for granule loss. So 7 out of 7, G and an L. So granule loss. So in turn, this is a complete failure of a repair. All of these shingles have failed the test.